Hey guys, in this video we're going to be taking a look at another F3 brushed quadcopter, and this is very similar to the QX90 and QX80 that you've seen on my channel previously, as well as some of the rebuilds that I've done using some alternative frames. This is using a 105mm X style frame, and this is called the LT105. You can get this at Gearbest.com. And the nice thing about this one is, unlike the QX80, this comes already pre-built. So this is exactly the way it came out of the box, just like this, no props on. And unlike the QX80, we had to build everything, it just came in the box all ready to go. You do get the same stuff. You get the carbon fiber propeller changer and the dual balance charger. You get the same two 600 milliamp hour 1S batteries. Get a few extra rubber bands. This one comes with only 4 propellers and no spares, but as you see here, they've drilled out the prop hole all the way through, and that's because, as you may know from my previous video on the QX90, these stems are pretty long, and there's a lot of gap between the bottom of the propeller and the hub where it spins, and if you crash and land on the top of this stem here too hard, it will cause the bottom of the can to pop off, which will basically ruin the motor. And so what they've done is they've hollowed out the prop so you can put it on all the way down, so it's touching the actual can itself. Should help in preventing it from pushing through the bottom here. I plan to probably put a little bit of epoxy or CA here just on the edge, just to give it a little bit more support. This frame has like a little top plate here, and it's got some standoffs. The board that you can see here is the same F3 brush board that's in all the recent builds I've had in my channel, and as you can also tell here, that this came with the 6-motor hexcopter brushed board. So if at some point in the future you wanted to use this one to build a hexcopter, you possibly could, if you wanted to do a rebuild. Not a whole lot different here to talk about. The same tiny QX90 spare part camera is in the front here. It's a pretty good camera, other than the fact that you have to change dip switches to change channels, and the same style for the QX80 here, where the antenna goes backwards instead of up. So it's a design thing here with this particular camera. The camera works well now that they've mounted it such that it's straight up and down, but this is a fairly wide angled camera, so you should still be able to do some fairly decent fast forward flight and get a good angle of view with this camera. We'll have to see how it does in the flight. Now, interestingly, it does come with the same instruction manual that came on the QX80. So if you guys haven't seen any of my other videos on my channel, it actually shows you the QX80 here in the instructions for the LT105, which is pretty interesting. But it's the exact same manual. Obviously, there's no need to build this, so there's obviously going to be no build video. And of course the manual is exactly the same, so there's kind of no point in me covering this in more detail. But if you guys are interested in this manual, I think I have it in my other video, and I'll put a link up here in the corner if you want to check it out. Now, this is comes as an ARF, so it does not come with the receiver, so there's no Spectrum satellite or small FreeSky receiver. You have to get one of those receivers on your own. I'll probably be adding one of those tiny QX90 receivers from one of my other builds to fly this in the demo. So here's a look at the bottom. You can see they have a couple of hooks here to secure your battery, which is good. So I'll probably put a little bit of dual lock on here, and then use a rubber band to hold on to the battery, so it should be pretty secure. It's got the same micro low C connector in the back for the battery as the other builds. So now I'm not going to go and fly this with I know it's got clean flight, and I know that it's not exactly tuned that well, so I'm just going to go ahead and flash Betaflight and tune it for Betaflight and fly it for the demo. And what it is, I'll put the PIDs and everything in the description, and also put a card up here with a link to flashing this board with a Betaflight. So honestly, that if you're going to get this, if you flash it with Betaflight and if you use the PIDs that I'll put in the description, you'll probably get the same or similar performance that you'll see in the video that I'm going to be putting out here right after the end of the review. Anyway guys, I'll go ahead and I'll roll some flight footage of this, and let me know if you guys have any questions or comments about this particular model in the comment section below, and I'll try and answer them best I can. I'll put a link to this product in the description as well if you want to check it out. I hope you enjoyed the flight footage, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.